Welcome to Psychology of the Daf. We are in Gemara Pesachim, Daf Ayin Zayin. When we hit rock bottom, is that the end of the line? Or is it the beginning of getting back up? There's a saying in the recovery community that rock bottom just means there's nowhere to go except up, and that the valley will teach you lessons that the mountaintop never can. Now the Gemara on top of Amud Aleph tells us that the same exemption allowing sacrifices to be brought when when the majority of the congregation is impure, allowing public sacrifices to be brought, the same exemption applies to the Musaf Rosh Chodesh, the offering on Rosh Chodesh, on the new moon. And the Gemara brings a proof text from the pasuk that actually is an Eicha, which is Kara Alai Moed. And the drush is something along the lines like, already in the time of Tammuz, the harbinger and the prophecy of doom was set into place, meaning that Rosh Chodesh was, that the month of Tammuz was declared to be a full month, a 30-day month, which meant that from the time that the Meraglim set out on their journey until they came back, it meant that they would come back on Tisha B'Av, on that fateful day. Now, the drash itself was a little difficult to fully understand. But the bottom line is that we are learning that Rosh Chodesh, that the new moon is considered Moed, is considered an appointed time, and we already have an understanding that is identified as Moed, from Gzeir Shavah to Mo'ado from the Talmud, is considered a carbon that's public enough and important enough that it overrides the rules of ritual impurity, and if the majority of the congregation is impure, the carbon is brought anyway, even in circumstances and situations where the people involved in it are impure, are tameh. But the Pri Tzaddik, he notes the following irony, which is that where is the whole derivation that Rosh Chodesh is this important time? The whole derivation comes from this doomful prophecy that has to do with destruction and failure. And he says, you see from here how important it is that within every type of failure, there also is the seeds for the success. In other words, hitting bottom is just the beginning of turning around. And so our entire study of Rosh Chodesh and our entire source at Rosh Chodesh is an elevated time, is from the time of great doom that was presaged to happen on Rosh Chodesh, starting from Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, heading all the way into Av. And he adds a really wonderful drash on Pasuk and Eicha, Perak Aleph, Pasuk Gimel. It says, Kol rodfer hisigua bein hametzarim. Now the Pasuk shot in the Pasuk is that all of those that were chasing after the Jewish people, that they were hunted down resolutely, mercilessly, with no let-up. And that's the Kol Rodfer Hisiguha, all that chased after her, all her oppressors chased after her, the Jewish people, and they caught up with her, Bein Mitzarim, in narrow straits, in very difficult physical and emotional circumstances. But the drash that the Pri Tzaddik says is as follows: Kol Rodfer Hisiguha, all those who pursued her. Who's the her? The her is the Shechina. All those that pursued her, Hisigua, they will reach her, Bein HaMetzarim, in the most difficult times. And here's where we see that when there's difficulty and challenge, there's also great opportunity.